I happen to be Catholic, so bear with me. If you are Catholic, you'll go along with this joke, and if you're not, you'll have fun making fun of Catholics. So maybe together we'll enjoy this. It's about a fellow who goes to the confessional, and he says, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I have committed adultery." And the priest says, he says, it's an Irish priest. How unusual. He says, adultery is a very, very bad sin. He says, you've got to tell me the name of the woman. He says, or I can't give you absolution. Fellow says, Father, I'm not going to tell your name. Well, now, son, if you don't tell me your name, I can't give you absolution. He says, was it Mrs. McCarthy? And the fellow says, Father, it was not Mrs. McCarthy. I'm not going to give you her name. Now, son, if you don't give me her name, I can't give you the absolution. He says, was it Mrs. O'Reilly? Fellow says, Father, it was not Mrs. McCarthy. It was not Mrs. O'Reilly. I'm not going to give you her name. Now, son, aren't you listening? If you don't give me her name, I can't give you the absolution. He says, was it Mrs. McGee? Fellow says, Father, it was not Mrs. McCarthy, was not Mrs. O'Reilly, was not Mrs. McGee, and he got up and he left. As he was walking out of church, his friend met him. His friend said, hey, did Father give you absolution? He says, no, but he gave me 3 good leads.